You may be driving across Oklahoma and you may see these beautiful yellow fields, and the yellow to some of the producers in Oklahoma is almost like gold. And Josh, let's talk about the canola in Oklahoma. How's it looking?
For the most part, most of central and the north central Oklahoma and parts of northwest Oklahoma are still faring very well. They've had some key rains over this past early spring and fall, and most of those acres are still, like I said, have great potential. As we move further south, especially south of I-40, start getting some severe drought conditions, which main problems weren't so much due to the drought, but the increase in insect pressure and lack of control. It's hard to get someone to invest in a crop when there's no rain, especially in the forecast. Just like in wheat, they try to see what the forecast is going if they want to put more money into it. Some of the producers that we've worked with that have invested more into their crop still have a crop manageable that would still be a profitable crop this year.
Mm-hmm. And you were talking about some of the insect situations. What are some of the insects that are causing problems?
Over the late winter or late fall and into winter, we had a severe infestation of army cutworms across the state. So guys that didn't spray a fall application of insecticide really would have benefited if they went out and scouted. Not all fields had cutworms, but like I said, we found it across the state. And so the fields that we did find them in, we're able to control them with the pyrethroid, just like most of all other insects. Took those out very easily with the pyrethroid, so the cutworms. The fields that we didn't get sprayed last fall that had a severe infestation of army cutworms, we've seen fields that lost 50 to 100% of the crop almost.
Wow.
Some fields almost disastered out. They come in late fall, they survive in the soil over winter. They're hard to find. Early on, they're only a 1/16, 1/8 inch long, so they're hard to find in the soil. Feed on the roots, some girdle the root, kill the crop out by girdling the root. Some just feed on the roots. So areas of the field that look very stressed, farmers often mistakenly identify as maybe drought stress. Granted, we do have drought stress, but the decrease in root zone or the root system due to the cutworms made it even more worse because it had less roots to take up more water. So it compounded the drought effects. So we had limited or stunting plants or complete death to the plant.
Okay. And one other thing that Oklahoma canola producers are thinking about right now is blackleg. It's been seen in parts across the state. Let's talk about that.
Yes, we have found a few fields again this year with blackleg. Mostly we're trying to limit those, mostly due to crop rotation. These fields are very localized, whereas canola after canola or canola neighboring a canola field, both practices we try to not recommend. Some practices to limit the blackleg. Tillage works excellent to get rid of that residue. Variety selection is what we're working on mostly right now. Dr. John Deken with OSU is screening multiple varieties this year, so we're trying to get some more data on the varieties we grow here to see which ones fit best against blackleg. That's going to be our main factor to control blackleg. But so far we've seen the symptoms on the plants in fall and late winter, but we haven't seen any devastating effects from the blackleg, which those would be cankers on the stem, which would cause lodging now or closer to harvest, or limit just nutrient uptake to the pod, so you'd have decreased yield. Like I said, we just haven't seen that effect yet.
Well, that's a good thing though.
Very good.
Well, Josh, hopefully the Oklahoma canola will turn out to be another great crop this year, and Oklahoma producers will be able to take part of it.
Yep.